And now he's cool. Now we know what's obviously is next for him. He wants to rematch with Rob.
Mm-hmm.
He wants it in Auckland. He wants it in New Zealand. I think that's absolutely fair. Why not? I mean, also because 2 reasons. One, they had it in Australia. He beat him in his home turf. He's a champion, so definitely he should be able to call the shots. But also in Auckland, I'm pretty sure they're almost COVID free.
It gets a bit funny though with New Zealand, because New Zealand, that one's similar to Australia, where it's a bit on and off. New Zealand's a bit on and off sometimes. I mean, Western Australia is probably the safest place in Australia, but it's obviously still not perceived as, in terms of Dana and the UFC's eyes, that it's a viable option.
Yeah.
It'll probably be in America. I'd love it to be in New Zealand.
Yeah. I don't think the UFC's ever gone to New Zealand and had a sold out stadium. Well, here's the thing, though. Don't think so, because also Rob agrees that we could, if it was in Australia or New Zealand, we could get a sold out stadium because the borders in Perth are pretty much opening up, but it would cost so much money to fly everything over, considering how far it is from America.
Yeah, when they've already got Fight Island and Las Vegas and Arizona and places like that already sorted, and they've already got the foundation.
Yeah.
There needs to be a big payoff.
Yeah.
And if there's a little bit too much risk for the payoff, it's rough.
Yeah.
I agree with you in that, because Izzy versus Whittaker would be amazing, because their first bout was in Melbourne and they have still got the number one all-time number of people seated at that event.
So that's why I believe
insane.
I believe if they went to Optus Stadium, they could have sold out Optus Stadium.
I'm sure they could. They could. It's just in that post-fight press conference, Dana was asked, and he said, it looks like, Canada and Australia are going to probably be some of the toughest ones for us to try and get. So there might be a few logistics just because of the distance between America and here.
Yeah,
or
they pulled it off before though, and
I'm sure they could. It's just COVID has made people very cautious with any business decisions. But I know what you mean. It would be cool to have it in Auckland, especially just because they've already done it in Australia, and now that Izzy has got the title and he's defended it, it's like a perfect storyline to come to New Zealand. Yeah.